This is, without a doubt, one of the most tragic days in our city's history. Loss of so many people in such a tragic way. I don't have much more to say than please keep all these folks, and especially these children, in your prayers. Losing so many kids is just devastating. So I want to turn it over to Deputy Commissioner Murphy for the details on the incident, and again, keep these babies in your prayers.
To say he had a loss of words is an understatement. The mayor said it's like just punch you in the gut. Children, people in the community, it's just tragic. I'm just, I don't know what to say. It's so sad. We just have to make sure, follow everything, recommendations from the fire department, provide safety, but every now and then, in spite of what you do, tragedy happens, and that happens today. Just praying for the family, praying for the block, praying for everybody involved, and I just want to thank Mayor, Philadelphia Fire Department, Police Department for the response. We have to get through this another tragic day and very difficult couple of years.
What did happen? How did this happen?
Well, I believe that the fire department and the police are going to give you a scenario and let them do what they do. God bless everyone.
Good morning. It's a sad, sad day for both the Philadelphia Fire Department and the citizens of the city of Philadelphia. At 06:38 this morning, companies responded to 869 North 23rd Street. Upon arrival, we found heavy fire emanating from the front of a 3-story row dwelling in the second floor. Companies began an aggressive attack on the fire, and in the process discovered that there were multiple fatalities at this location. The fire was extinguished, and it was terrible. I've been around for 35 years now, and this is probably one of the worst fires I've ever been to. We are working with the fire marshal's office. We plan on and intend on getting a cause for this fire. We plan on getting to making sure that this tremendous loss of life did not happen in vain. As for right now, that number is dynamic because there's still an ongoing recovery effort inside via the fire marshal and the ATF. And that number sits right now at 13. We also had 8 people self-evacuate. This dwelling was a duplex. The first floor had the first floor and the rear of the second floor, and the second floor had the front of the second floor and the third floor. I don't have the words for how we're feeling right now as a community and as a department. fire department EMS transported 2 other occupants to one to Children's Hospital, obviously a child, and then the other to Temple University Hospital. So as of right now, the fire marshal, along with the ATF, like I mentioned before, are in the process of doing a thorough investigation of this terrible event. There were 4 smoke detectors in that building, and none of them operated.
Can you confirm this is a PHA Philadelphia Housing Authority on time?
Absolutely, it was.
Are you aware of any inspections by the Philadelphia Housing Authority? When were those inspections?
Sure. So there was an inspection done by the Philadelphia Housing Authority in 2019. When they went out in 2019, they installed 4 smoke detectors. And there was another inspection in 2020. And when they went out that time, they installed 2 smoke detectors.
2 more? How many additional detectors? So at 2020, you had 6 different smoke detectors when they last inspection?
According to PHA, yes. Walker, remember that number's dynamic right now, but as of what we know, 7 children.
Now, how many, are you aware, and have you got a number of how many people are actually living in the units?
So, and this number's preliminary as well. So, the first floor, we're getting reports that 8 people lived in the first floor unit, and this number is very dynamic. The second, and when I say first floor unit, I mean first and a half a second. So the second and third floor unit, that number was 18. I can't really answer that question. That's an L&I, that's a license and inspection question on occupancy. But that is a tremendous amount of people to be living in a duplex. But they were battery operated, and they were 10-year lithium batteries in these smoke detectors. They weren't hardwired. Too early, Walter. Too early. That's information that we're gathering right now.
Now, any difficulty, can you tell me any of the difficulties of getting people out of this, egress windows, any of that sort of things? What can you tell us why it's so difficult to get people out?
So, in all honesty, it really wasn't difficult to get people out. They got people out very quickly. The 2 that were transported to those local hospitals were immediately transported and taken to hospital by our members. So when they got to them, they were able to remove them.
There are unconfirmed reports online on social media that there was a problem with safety dispatch. They may have slowed the response. Do you know of anything like that?
No.
How do you think the law supplies with some of the law? What's going on?
There was heavy fire, and what would be for them the kitchen area, the front of the second floor, and then there was an open stairwell to the 3rd floor. So the only thing that was slowing that fire down from moving was nothing slowing that fire down from moving. That fire was moving. It's feeding on contents, it's feeding on oxygen, and it's feeding on fire.
Is it considered suspicious as a standard procedure to look at this, or how do you label it right now?
It's under investigation from the fire marshal's office right now. It's not necessarily considered suspicious, but we have all hands on deck because of the magnitude of this fire.
You're the son of a firefighter. Firefighting's in your blood. What's your thought right now, especially being a dad with kids?
Well, I know when I was growing up and my father was on a job where there was a loss of life, especially loss of life of children, he would basically lock himself in his bedroom for a couple of days. And my mother would say, just don't go near the door because he's screaming. So I think that all of our firefighters, our police officers, our first responders, many have children, and look at these children and these folks the way they look at their own families, and are absorbing this and trying to do it.
Mayor, do you know the ages of those 8 children?
No, I don't. I don't know. No, I don't. Not yet.
Mayor, what do you do that this is a public house? This is public housing.
Yeah, I mean,
Where is this house?
city obviously doesn't run PHA, but the other thing too is you talk about the number of people in the house. Sometimes it's better for people to be indoors than on the street. So know the circumstances of each and every family, and maybe there were relatives or people that needed to be sheltered. And obviously, the tragedy happened, and we all mourn for it. But we can't make judgment on the number of people living in the house because sometimes people just need to be indoors.
Obviously, there's a problem with the smoke detector tower, which is getting on operate.
And then the ATF and our people will figure that out and make recommendations and issue reports. But,
I think the one of that house is nice to fuck with us, or any other way out, would you step up to the...
So other than the front door and the rear entrance, because of the odd configuration of the house, all I know of is 2 exits.
You said there were smoke detector inspections in 2019, 2020. Why was there no inspection in 2021?
That I wouldn't have the answer for that. So let me be painfully clear that we're in the process of investigating this to the highest level that we can. We're incorporating all of our resources, both citywide, the Office of Emergency Management, PICO, gas company, all our partner agencies are involved in finding out as much as we can about this fire. Other than that, we are having our fire marshal investigate this. And right now, that's all the information that we have.
What was the majority of the body?
That's under, I really can't.
Chief, can you walk us through the recovery, like when you came on the scene, what firefighters saw?
So they were in the process of extinguishing fire. And I can't go into detail. They were in the process of extinguishing fire.
One more question.
Philadelphia Fire Department Fire Marshal's Office.
Can you give us
Thank
some
you. We'll be updating everyone soon. Okay, we'll be doing an update, okay? All right, thank you.